Hello and welcome back to River's End. The time has come. The Nether's been calling since we started our upgrades to level 3. We put it off as long as I possibly could, but it is time to enter the Nether. So our Nether portal is completely temporary. Once we get the Nether miner up and going, we shouldn't need to go to the Nether at all. Unless we really want to help out our colonists. So we have a nice little portal off to the side here by our enchanter's tower. But before we go in, I want to at least place down the blocks for the buildings that I want to get done today. Let's get over here, because the two buildings I know we can place down and get ready to build is the graveyard and the mystical site. I got a bunch of guard towers placed down, so we have our colony borders expanded a little more here. And even back over here for all our plantation stuff when we get to that point. But here, I want to place down the graveyard, which I'm not entirely sure how large our graveyard is. Okay, so the graveyard, it's decent size. There we go, now we can actually see the graveyard in its entirety. Just boost it all the way to 5, so I know what we're working with here. Okay, so we can spin that around. Yeah, okay, no, this works really well here. It's that, or I see if I can get it lined up with the... It'd be funny to line it up with the university, but we're not going to do that. We'll have it here. Let's get it back over there. And of course we want it down a little. We'll have to clear out a bunch, but that's fine. We're no strangers to terraforming now. So we'll get the graveyard placed and going there. And then that leaves the mystical site. Which again, I'm thinking of like having it up here. We may need to move this tower. We may need to have it torn down and brought down so we can put the mystical site here. The biggest downside of it being up there is how far colonists will have to go if they want to visit. And of course we'd have to make the path all the way up. And of course move this other tower. You know, I think it'll be worth it. I think it'd be worth it if we move this guard tower, we just move it down like over in here. It'll also push out our border if we did. Yeah, let's do that. We'll move the guard tower, we'll put our mystical site here. We'll work on getting a path built. I'm thinking, honestly, like we have these little entryways into the mountain. I'm wondering if we build through it and like have it pop out through here. And then we can wrap the path up through this little cave system, which we can cover up a little bit more with some dirt so the tower is not floating, and just have the path come up through here. Maybe that might be a good idea. I'll do some work for that. We'll get this done. So we can't place the Nether Mine yet. But we can at least see what it looks like and get it roughly where I'm hoping to have it. Which is, of course, close to the universities, close to our little mystical sites here. I understand we have our tower up there, but I like the idea of having it over here. So that way there's like a link, like, where did this meteor come from? Could it possibly be something from the skies? Is it from somewhere else? I want to play into the whole they are trying to figure out the meteor thing. So what better way to do that than to go to the Nether to see if there's any kind of connection. So I was thinking here for our Nether Mine would be good. Again, we can't, well, we can place it, but we can't build it, which is fine for now. It gives me time to go through the Nether, get everything we need to unlock the Nether Mine. Lots of things we need to do. And as you see, I am prepared to go into the Nether. I should actually get a new pair of shears. I am prepared to go in and grab anything and everything that we need for research purposes, and a handful of items to start doing upgrades for some of the buildings around the colony that need to be upgraded to level 3. But for now, before we start any buildings, let's hop on it. Alright, I don't know if we got lucky or not, but we spawned. Oh gosh, I don't know if this is a lucky spawn or not. We have ourselves a magma cube spawner. I think we can actually pick these up. Can I pick this up? I mean, do I need a magma spawner? Like, part of me says I should keep it, another part of me is like I should get rid of it. It is very dangerous to have. Especially like right here at our spawn. Alright, we're just gonna break it. It won't be too hard for us to get more magma cubes. All we'll have to do is find a basalt delta. So I think we're good. So let's start this adventure, try to find what we need. Most important thing we need currently is the Gilded Blackstone. The Gilded Blackstone will give us everything we need for research. I'm going to take all these nether bricks because they're also going to be very useful for us. But yeah, let's go find everything we need from Gilded Blackstone to the warped forests. I'll see you guys back in the overworld. Alright, that was a successful nether trip. We got a bunch of random items from the nether stocked up into our warehouse here. We also got the research going for the nether mine, which means we can now start our process of getting our other two buildings up and going, which is, of course, the graveyard. Let's get Blaze on the graveyard. And before we can start the mystical site, we need to have Walsh come up here to deconstruct this tower so we can move it forward and out of the way of the mystic site. Alright, we'll start with the graveyard. Get somebody put in here to help bury our colonists. Looks like Valentin will be our undertaker. I have started the research that gives us a higher chance of any of our colonists who have died to come back, so that'll be cool. There's also research going to increase Valentine's speed. Let's recall them over here. Yeah, look at that. It's a cool little top hat. So yeah, if anybody dies, he'll run, go grab their tombstone, bring it back over here, place it in one of these little grave sites. I'll even have their name on it, and I think how they died. Potentially even like how long they were in the colony. And then of course we have our Nether Mine up and going. This may be a little more complicated to set up. I don't remember. Let's see, let's go in. Luna is going to be our Nether Miner. Come on over, Luna. So let's see, custom recipes. Cobblestone torches and ladders makes... I mean, hey. We'll have to make sure she has plenty of buckets, plenty of cobblestone, torches, and ladders. Close portal on return. Yeah, we may as well, so that way we don't gotta worry about pigmen coming through. We'll do something simple here. Something that we know that they're already making. So, baked salmon. And we'll just do the basic apples. Should be plenty for our nether miner. So I believe all we need to do now is make sure, like I said, they have plenty of cobblestone, torches, ladders, and buckets. Cobblestone we'll get from the regular mine. Torches we may need to supply, which is easy enough. We have plenty of coal. I want to come over to our blacksmith, see if we can get some buckets in the recipes. I'm pretty sure they already are, but doesn't hurt to see. Okay, yeah, so we'll have to teach them how to make a bucket. Simple enough. Yep. Alright, come over with all our new stuff here. We'll give them the cobblestone. We'll just give them all of that, and hopefully they can go straight into the nether. I'm also going to give them, I don't know if they need it, I'm giving them a flint and steel. So this should be everything that she needs to get going into the nether. So I'm going to need you to get going. There. Is she doing it? Nice and slow. No, she's not. So she did go in. I had to update her housing, but she is now in. So she should be bringing us everything we need from the nether to help build up our colony. Now, unfortunately, the nether miner does have a higher probability of dying. It's completely randomized. There is no actual, I could technically go in there and it will generate the nether. However, if I go in there, she will not be there. It's like they have their own little nether pocket dimension. And it's RNG, completely random on whether or not she will survive. And while she's in there going, I do want to start the process of getting the nether mine up to level 3. So start that. And then I also want to start the process of upgrading the town hall to level 3. Once the town hall is up to level 3, that gives us a lot more research to work on and can increase the amount of colonists we can have, because we are nearing our current limit, which is, I believe, 50. So I can get another house built and like at least up to level 2. I'll be able to get a couple more colonists in, but we're getting close to our limit, so we'll have to keep an eye on that and get that ball rolling. So let's go over here. Like I said, a lot of this is things we already have. So far, nothing from the nether, which is kind of cool. Ah, here we go, but we have the wooden gate, so we need to place down a mechanic and get that built. You know, I think we will do that next episode. I think there's a couple other things I wanted to add to our industrial district. Let's actually take a look here. Yes, so there's quite a few things here that I want to get placed down. Oh no, I gotta get the university up to level 3 too. Okay. So the Fletcher's Hut we can do without any research. Same with the Crusher, the Brickyard, and the Sifter. So these 3 I need to get more research, which means I need to get the university up to level 3. So I think getting the Nether Mine up to level 3 and the university up to level 3 should be my next goal. And next episode, I think we'll place these 4. We'll get these 4 placed down, built and going, and maybe even the dyer's hut and the flower shop. We're not in dire need of dyes and flowers yet, but they are handy. So I'll get them out too, so I remember to do that. I'll need to get some more residences together, because we will need some more residences over by our graveyard and the Nether Mine, just so they don't have to go so far for their homes. I know that's something that they are struggling with. And look at that, we even got our mystical site up to level 3. I think it looks really good. I'll have to work on the path that gets up here so that our colonists have an easier time getting here. It has been started. Yeah, so the path will come in through this hole. I may need to move our 2 farming plots, which is fine, or at least this one. But the path will essentially come up through here where I have been digging out a lot of like cobble and everything else that we need. But the path comes up through here. I will make a better path eventually. I have the stuff I need for it. But it'll come up through there, wraps around through here, through the guard post, and of course up around into the actual mystical site. Which again, it looks so good. I can't wait to get this up to level 5. Like, we saw the preview for it before we built it. And, like, I am so excited to get that up to level 5. But with new researches underway, new buildings being built, the colony is definitely coming along, and I am absolutely loving it. So to make things easier on myself for these recordings and editing, I am going to start doing every other week for these videos, just so I can make sure that I'm giving it all the attention it deserves and all the time that it deserves to actually put together properly, so I'm not just throwing out random garbage essentially at you guys. I want to make sure that these videos are as good as I can make them. But thank you guys so much for your patience and understanding, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like. If you really liked it, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you next episode.